And then share screen. And share this one. So I'm going to try to quickly go over kind of how I caught that US30 move. So we're going to start on the daily here. This is the 25th. So we're looking at if Friday was the 26th, right? The previous 3 days on the daily. So anytime you're looking for your bias, you want to look at the last 3 days. So we have 1, 2, 3. And particularly, we're going to look at the swing high or the daily high, and then we have the daily low. So those are our areas that liquidity is resting at. So we got a lot of money up here from all these sell orders. And then we have some money down here from these buys the last couple days. So this is our range to look at. So where is price most likely going to go to, right? Since we know US30 has been in this big downtrend, this is most likely our small pullback. We'll probably take out these highs, right? And then continue to go with the trend and take out these lows. So that was kind of the idea going into Friday. So we'll drop down to the 1 hour. And this indicator I have here is just called ICT kill zones. So you have your Asian session, London in yellow, and then New York is green. So on the hourly, you want to get your price for midnight New York time the previous day. So it'll be 000. Okay. Let's move. Where's this? We're gonna move forward because this is for trading New York session.
AJ, quick question.
Yeah.
Those kill zones, what did you say? What does it show?
So those are kind of like the times that you want to look for your setup. So if you're trading London, this is your London range. So everything is based off of New York time. So down here in the time settings, right here, you click here, I just have it to New York. So it doesn't matter where you're at in the world, everything's set to New York time. So for New York session is 7 a.m. here to about noon or so, right? 11, the next is noon. So in this time frame, I'm looking for my setup to form. More specifically, 7 a.m. to 10. And then by 10 o'clock, the setup that I'm about to show you should have formed. And then that's when you're looking for your entries. So your entry can be after 10 a.m., but between 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. is when the setup should be formed already. So going into Friday, we're going to go forward to see if anyone else is trying to get in here. No, okay. So we're going to move forward as if we're already into the New York session. Oh, let me go back here. Okay. So on the hourly, we're just going to look at, now remember these orange lines is the daily high and low of the week that we marked up on the daily, right? So above here is liquidity, and then below here is liquidity. Remember we said it's either going to take out this area and then probably continue down to this area based off of the daily time frame. So here, this vertical blue line is our New York midnight 00.00 time. Now, what was the price when the day opened? So this is a down candle, so we know that price opened here and then closed here. So that is our, let's see, we'll make this kind of like a yellowish. We'll do there. And then we can even opening price, so we know. And then this would be buy side liquidity. And then this is our sell side liquidity. Okay. Now, the 15-minute is where we're going to be watching a lot of the movement, waiting for that setup. So you're getting your directional bias off of the daily. So you know what kind, you know, if you're in a bearish trend, you're looking for your bearish setup. If you're bullish trend, you're looking for your bullish setup on the 15-minute. The daily and the hour is just setting up your buy side, sell side liquidity. And then, you know, you can use the hourly as well. And then getting your midnight New York time, you can pretty much do that on the 15 if you want to as well. So since we know the trend has been bearish, right? We have US30 has just been melting off the last few days. We're going to be looking for price to move up so that we can get it at a premium price to sell it. Okay. So what we're waiting for is price to take out this buy side liquidity so that we can look for sells. And we're looking around go 7 a.m. I'm going to make a box here. 7 a.m. to 10. So this is kind of just our range that we're looking for our entry to happen. So 15-minute, right? We're going and look, price comes up and takes out the daily for the last 3 days high. You guys see that? Wicked up, took out all of these sellers out here if you had a trailing stop. So you're going to continue. So now that we took out the buy side, you can go down to your 5-minute. And now we're going to be looking for those price gaps or a big move down to take out lows to look for our entries. So 5-minute, price comes down. If you look here too, these little dashed lines, these are our minor structure lows and highs. So this is another cool indicator called fractal break imbalance. So this is going to show you like gaps in the market, and also it shows you little market structure breaks. So this is a really cool indicator as well that I use, fractal break imbalance. And then for those settings, I just have show breakout imbalances, and then this one I have set to wick and body. But nothing else is, I don't have any order blocks shown or anything like that. It's just show breakout imbalances, show market structure breaks with wick and body, and everything else is just left alone. So let's move forward. So it continues to run the highs here. Oops. So there's a gap there, but we're waiting for you can come down to the 2 minutes where I took my entry point at. So we're waiting for, if you see these like boxes that print, we have a red box or green box here and a red box here. That's our liquidity gaps. So like what happens is when price moves quickly, there becomes a gap in price between like a candle body and a wick. So this is what's known as like an imbalance or fair value gap, which means price has to come back and balance it in order to balance the market and even out the liquidity. So we're waiting for that red box to form for a sell. So that's all I was doing. And here we still have our time entry, right? We're waiting for our setup to happen within this time frame. So continues to break the low, pull back, still waiting, and then boom, right? There's this thing just takes out all of these lows here. Huge push down. Now you have to wait for the next candle to close to see if it's going to leave our gap here, or if it's going to come back and fill this price and deliver it evenly. What happens? It continues to melt. Price closes way down here, creates this gap. That's your signal to take your sell position. You can either do a market execution here, or you can put a sell limit here, and your stops are going to go above this little swing high. Now, remember, you want to give yourself some room in case spread. So we'll go 160. And then what I'll do here is this swing high to swing low before we had that like next big push. Take your fib from the candle body to these low candle bodies here. And we're going to target, you can target the 100. Oh, not here, but you're going to want, wait, is it now? Yeah, it is this one. Yeah. You can do the 200 here. So there's your 1-to-1, a little bit over 1-to-1, or you can also target the next liquidity, which like if you look at structure as a big hole, you can see like down here would be like the last big swing low. Right? You also have equal lows here. You guys see that? This little zone here, equal lows, which means there's also liquidity right here. And then we have our sell side liquidity that's down here that still needs to be taken out for the week, especially since we're bearish. So you can target down there for a little over 1 to 2, almost 3. So or you could also use your fib and take it to that swing low, and it still lines up with your 100. This one typically 100 or 200. This is like your TP1, and then TP2, and then TP3, and then yeah. So, but for this, just target there. And we can get rid of this just to get it out of the way so it looks cleaner. So now you're just waiting for price to come back up and tap into your sell limit, or you're waiting to hit market execution. And that's exactly what happens. Comes back up and then just continue to sell off. Ultimately, it's your TP. You guys have any questions?
Show me that fractal indicator that you have with your settings on it.
Yeah.
Who is it by, do you know?
Let me see here. Fractal break. It's called
Oh yeah, okay. I
Gene
found that one.
Clash. Yeah.
And what are your settings that you have on it?
These are the settings.
All right,
So
cool.
yeah, this setup is the same way I caught those Euro USD buys the other morning too. It took out the sell side liquidity first because I looked at the previous daily bias and it showed we're starting to go bullish. So I caught the break of the sells and then push up. But there's those settings. And then I don't know if you want these settings. You can also adjust this if you wanted to, like, for your kill
I got
zone
it.
time. Yeah.
Like you mainly trade like liquidity setups.
Yeah, so this is something new I'm starting to learn. But if you could also pair it with support and resistance, which was really cool because I erased it for the purposes of this video, but I had a zone here that was resistance that was set up just like this on the higher time frame. So what
Yeah,
happened? Yeah, it broke down. Then you had retest, break, retest. You know, you could have entered off of any of these as well. But this is just like confirmation for me on the new style of trading I'm looking for. I'm mainly learning a lot of like the ICT, you know, the original, what a lot of people have taken and ran with, smart money concepts. But he talks about a lot of the other people that are trying to teach it very incorrectly. And then
Hey, AJ,
people
I'm
are,
gonna have to bounce off. I'm gonna have to bounce off.
okay, bro.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, they're teaching it incorrectly and trying to take order blocks and run with it and stuff like that. But it's really cool because the way he teaches everything, it makes a lot of sense. The way that he talks about price is all an algorithm now. Like it's not like how it used to be back in the day. It's ran by a lot of computers, algorithms. The way price has to be delivered specifically, the way that these gaps are created, and then they have to be, you know, balanced out and stuff like that. And then, you know, you think about how many times has your stop loss been hunted, right? And then you're kicked out, and then it goes in your direction. Like, dang, I had the right direction, but it just took me out, right?
because I have to fill the orders. Right?
Yeah.
I've been looking at. I don't know. You know who Doyle is?
Who's that?
Doyle. He lives in Miami too. He's a trader. He's a scalper. He
Uh,
trades like he trades based off like supply and demand, and he does liquidity setups as well. And he looks for imbalances in like places where like there's gaps, like orders have to be filled. And
yeah.
I like that style of trading. Like it's actually dope.
Yeah. So that's basically exactly what this is. And then
Yeah,
what's cool is this indicator kind of helps, you know, show those gaps, you know.
yeah.
So it just makes it a little bit easier. But that's literally how I entered off of that US30 on Friday morning. So
That's dope.
yeah, man, it's really
I
cool.
had the same zone you had. I have a let me see what I have. I have a line. I mean I know it's an overall zone, but I just have a line at 32, no 33, 312 or point 0.8. And I just seen like when I got in really aggressively, I got in like so I saw like the once sellers broke under that
Yeah,
level,
right
and I came
there.
back and tested it. Like the
Yeah.
candle it didn't break through, and once I saw the like it buyer started pushing above, and then it started like it didn't close under, but like I saw it was like pushing back under, and I just got in aggressively, and I saw the news had come out, so I was like, oh shit, I'm getting in. This is
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, yeah. And
I've been
look where
catching
your
some pretty good shit. Hmm?
look where your line was pretty much at, was that
Yeah,
daily,
right there.
that
Yeah,
that was the daily, or the not even the daily, but the
yeah,
weekly high for that week, right?
yeah,
We
yeah.
took out the highs and then just melted.
Yeah,
So yeah, what I've started to realize is, you know, you can really, if you can figure out your daily direction and you're on the right side of where price wants to move, man, you know, you can't beat those daily, the higher
Yeah,
time
bro.
frames, you know.
Yeah, you really can't. No, I'm saying like when you get really good at like analyzing like daily time frames, like the bigger time frames that actually like move, like actually like have the most like importance, then you catch moves within one of those daily candles, and you're good, you're straight. The daily is like the most like daily, weekly is the most important one. So like
Yeah.
once you know how to like really like read price on the base of those daily levels, and you're good. And then you just move on and you catch your entries on the whatever, I don't know, I don't know what time frame you use, but like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yep. Yeah. And so, because I used to get stuck. Oh, Mark's coming back in. What up, bro?
Sorry, my dog had to shit.
No, you're good. You're good. What was I gonna say? Yeah, because I usually get stuck on the 5 minute, honestly, because I was, you know, I've been scalping. That's how I was able to like pass my challenges and stuff, was just straight off the 5 minute. I would look maybe at the 1 hour sometimes, but I get too caught up in the 5 minute and it's up and down. I don't know which direction I'm really going. And just trying to take those breakouts like out of GJ and London and stuff like that. And just, you know, it's nice during the first part of the year, but then you get into like the third quarter,
Bro,
you know, of the year, and it
so bad
starts
right now.
getting
Like it's terrible. I
choppy.
stopped trading GT. I'm telling you, like, bro, like I remember, like, bro, the whole group was just catching so many pips, bro. Like that shit was nasty. Like, it was like a month ago, or I don't know. You remember when it was really good? That shit was,
Yeah.
bro. I'm telling like 100 pips a night, bro. Like that shit was crazy. But
Yeah. I
now,
had like a 65% win rate. I was going like 3 for 4
yeah,
all
bro.
week
I'm
on
telling you, bro.
GJ. And
I couldn't remember the last time we lost.
then,
Like, bro, like that shit was. You'd lose. You'd get like a. Well, out like we'd be getting like 1-7s, 1-6s, and then we lose 1 or 2 trades, and then we make back another 1-6, 1-7. So like, who cares? But now it's so bad, especially because GJ, it's been in a range for so long, and it still hasn't closed under the range. It's just bouncing back and forth, and just it's so bad. Like it's really bad.
yeah.
That's why I've just been trading gold in indices, bro. Because GJ right now is not it for me.
Yeah, and then so I'm switching my the last couple days, Friday and Thursday, I've been switching to the New York session, and
Right?
I'm really starting to like it. And then US30 and Euro USD, a lot of the USD pairs. So like I have them lined up: US30, GU, EU, USD CAD, Aussie USD. Now I'm not like looking at too many of them, just maybe Euro USD, US30, and then sometimes I'll look at NAS. And the S&P, because they all literally mirror each other, and sometimes you can find
Yeah.
divergences in all three of them. So like if you have two of them that are mirroring each other, like the third one doesn't look exactly the same, that could be used as like a small hint that like, oh crap, there's a divergence between all three of them, you know, because they're supposed to be pretty much all twins. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, so this
You
is
you trade. I was asking about, but you trade like gold that got off, or you don't really like trade.
I used to. I haven't really messed with it. I was trying to back test a little bit of it. But I mean, look on the daily, if you see here, it made a gap. So it had to come back up and fill it, right? But then we're on a huge downtrend
I used
right
to
now.
trade the shit out of gold.
Yeah. But look at how it does the same principles, right? You had, if we replay this and kind of do the same thing we were talking about on US30, along with this value gap, right? You have the last 3 days. This is your high. Yeah. And this is your low. So we know that we've already filled this. So we're going to be looking for sell opportunities down to the 1 hour. This is the 25th. Versus New York. So this is our opening price. See if I can just do this. No. I said 15 minutes. So price already kind of tapped in there. A minute. Pull back up. So now we're on the 2 minute. So we're just kind of waiting for either like these lows or these lows to be broken. There's these lows broken here. Huge push down. See if it makes a gap. There's your gap.
Now you would put a sell limit right there.
Yep. And then you put your stop loss above the swing high. I mean, you can put it here or here. But above here would be like, you know, you're more conservative. And then you can use London and do your fib, or here because these are this is the last swing high, and then take it to this swing low, and now your targets are the 100, 150, or 200.
AJ, did I tell you I blew my 200K account?
No.
Yeah. This past Friday.
Oh my gosh. So let's see if price gets tapped back in. Oof. Almost. Yeah, see, so right there, you would have missed the trade, but I mean, you could have tried to enter it manually, but sometimes you're not going to catch them all, of course, but
Oh yeah, but it worked out though. Perfect. The version is perfect.
yeah. So literally, it's the same thing, rinse and repeat. You know, your daily bias, come down your hourly, 15 minutes mainly where I'm, you know, doing majority of the rest of the markups. Like you had the buy side and sell side were marked up on the daily, and then opening price at New York midnight here, and then I use the body right where the price opened, just right there. Because typically what you'll find is, you know, price will want to come back to the opening price or close to it, and or the liquidity sides. So if we pull the price out, came back down there, and like we had another setup here. Uh, 2 minute. Here. You probably would have got stopped out there, but if you can get them, 15-minute time frame is going to be your better, quote unquote, like your parent, the parent setup. Short. Maybe we put it here. Stops it over there. Fib. 100. Now what's cool is, look, like I was saying, price came down to this opening price, and now it's just it was hovering around that opening price. So it all comes down to also like what kind of trader you're gonna be. But ultimately it started going. We were to hold this all the way back into the next day. So, but that's pretty much the basic principles. Your daily bias, and then you can look at the hourly or the 15 minutes, my kind of like my base. And then, you know, you get these gaps on the 15. I mean, I like to use the 5 and the 2 minute, but sometimes you're gonna miss setups on the 5 and 2 minute. If it happens on the 15 minute, you know, it's a stronger time frame. So that's where it's going to be up to you what kind of trader you are, what you want to do, because here you have that gap, you know, over, and then this is the gap. From the body to body. Target 100, 150. I like to at least do like a 1 to 2 at least. So if you look at the higher time frame on gold, tapped back in there. So there you would have been triggered in to your entry, and then of course it just came down. There, right there, you could have pulled it, not be greedy and pulled your money out. But this happens over and over. Right? You would have held it, it would have came down. So that's basically the basic framework for a trade setup with the ICT principles I've been watching in those videos. Again, daily bias, find the last 3 days, look at your highs and lows for the week, right? Those are where the liquidity pools are at. So reset chart, clear drawings. So daily, right? So before Friday happened, let's see. Yeah, before Friday happened, you have and literally just go and back test this on any pair. You know, the last 3 days. Oh, my bad. Last 3 days. And it's pretty much gives you your range, right? If you can't find a trade between there and there, you know, so many plays that can be looked for and set up between those highs and lows. So daily, high and low of the week. Let's see, what was Monday? What date was Monday? 22nd. So this is Monday, Tuesday, yeah. So this is the low of the week. You have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? So weekly low, weekly high. We know that if you look at the daily candles, we're in this big push down, and then you know you have this being filled. So if this is the push, this is the pullback, you want to get the continuation, right? So that's where we're knowing, okay, well, we're going to be looking for sells because we know the market's probably going to come up here. They already filled this gap, and it's going to continue back down. You have these lows that need to be taken out for more money for the next pullback. You also have a gap down here. It came and filled it, pushed back up, filled this one, right? Ultimately, you look to the left, we have relatively equal lows here, these bodies and these wicks. So there's even more liquidity down here. So if price is going to continue down, down on the weekly trend, you know, it's gonna come down here and take out money here with a small pullback, continue up before it decides to ultimately, if it switches trends. So yeah, so that daily bias, you can look at your hourly for gaps as well, or 15-minute gaps within your kill zone time. So you have your daily, and then your midnight price, and then you line up where price opened, which would be here. Oh, why didn't you do it here? And then just rinse and repeat. So if you're looking for example, if you're looking for sells, you want price to be above opening price, right? You're looking for sells, you want price to be above. If you're looking for buys, you would want price to be below this opening price so that it'll run back to it, right? That makes sense. So
Yeah, that's good.
do the same thing. Let's opening price. London, rates down. New York. So the only day that you're not gonna look at the opening price and stuff like that is gonna be on Friday, because more than likely the bulk of the moves have been done throughout the week. So your really good moves are going to be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday. Sunday and Friday are kind of iffy, right? It could kind of do what it wants to do on those days. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mainly are going to be like where the bulk of the movement and moves are going to be, right? Where highs and lows are going to be taken and stuff like that. So is there any other pair you guys want to look at? Kind of?
Do US30 present. Where it's not where it's at now. Where do you think it's
Okay.
going?
Daily. Right. So the market hasn't opened yet, right?
No, not yet.
So last 3 days. This is
AJ, what time your time do you start looking at the charts? Well, I guess what time my time do you start looking at the charts?
Your time would be let's see, so be 7 a.m. New York time, 4 a.m. my time, plus 2, 5, 6 a.m. your time.
That's the time you started. You just straight New York session?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to switch my sleep schedule, so I'm trying to get up about like, if I get up at like 5:30, it's for me it's still good because I'm looking closer to like that, you know,
The end of
8:30,
yeah.
8:30 to 10 a.m. New York time. So I'm not up too early. Otherwise, I'd have to get up at like 4 a.m. LA time. But so these are our current high
I
and
think we're gonna
low.
be moving out to LA sooner or later.
When?
I don't know. I already talked to her and she said yes.
Dang.
We just gotta get everything situated. So
Come work with me, my brother.
shit, bro. Say less.
Yeah, we'll train a crew up.
Say less.
So these at US30, this is our current high and low off of just one candle.
Yeah,
So-
that's why I said, where do you think it's going from here?
um,
I see a huge pullback, honestly, to probably to retest that high.
well, think about it now, right? If we have a candle open today, right, and it pushes down, but we create a gap, right? We might get a something like this.
There we go.
Right? And then what's that do? Create
That's a fat candle, bro.
yeah, creates a gap, right?
Yeah.
Creates a gap there, and then prices can come in here and then continue down.
No, I think it's going to keep melting, 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 melting. And
Yeah.
this week is going to be perfect. This was the start. This is just the start.
Yeah. So we've broken these lows here. These equal lows. That's where liquidity was on the daily. Beneath these equal lows and equal highs, like bodies and wicks, that's where kind of money is sitting. Like you see down here, these are kind of equal. So it could potentially come down here and take out all these as well next, which would line up right with a day doing this, including creating a gap. So, you know, we're going to be looking probably for some sort of pullback, right? And then look for like a continuation. So go in a 15-minute, right?
Damn, USD also has some big news coming this week.
What website do you guys like using for news?
Say
I
that again?
like my effects book. I like it because as news is coming, it'll like these will turn like alert, like it'll say check mark, check mark, check mark. So it'll kind of like check off everything that's happening and tells you like a countdown. And then of course like your high, low, medium folders and stuff like that.
I have that app on my phone, man. I'm always looking at it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was this Fed manufacturing 3-month bill auction, 6 month.
Where did you
bill auction.
go to see all that? Oh, economic calendar.
Yeah, the economic calendar.
I use that one in Factory. I usually use Forex Factory on my computer and then my FX book on my phone.
Yeah.
On all 6 of my screens.
um, yeah, so I guess. Oh wait, why didn't my oops. I took off my this one. Yeah. Took off my indicators on accident.
Damn, bro. I think EJ is actually setting up to start melting. I don't know if you look at EJ or not, but it's already on a downtrend.
I have not.
It just hit the trend line. Gave us a doji at the top on the 4-hour.
Yeah, so I think we'll probably get some sort of pullback, because it's got to
Phil.
come back, and there's a lot of gaps here. I gotta set this back up. So we'll see what it does though. you know, Sunday, it's got to set the tone for the week. For Monday morning. So, like, I won't be trading tonight. I'll wait till tomorrow morning. Get Euro USD.
Well, AJ, badass call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take off, man.
All right, I'm gonna bounce off here too. I'm probably gonna
Bye,
hit
bro.
the gym soon. But thank you guys for hopping off and watching. If you have any questions, I'm gonna send some of the video. I mean, I think I sent some of them already in the chat, the ICT stuff, but bro, watch them, take notes. Dude, stuff is fire. So
Bye, bro, for
Appreciate
sure.
it, bro.
I'm gonna catch you
Alright.
later, dog.
there, guys.
Bye.